So here we are on match 3. We're once defeated. We lost our first match against a high seed, won our second match, and we're now playing Turner. You can see the room's filling up. It's quite a full room. And then we're not in the side room anymore, so this is just a bit tighter, tables and tightly knit together, and need to be quieter. Some people trying to get on the vlog, so we're joining in. We're 32 board match again. We're in the once defeated. If we lose another match now, we're out of the event, so we'll try and stay in as long as we can. Here's the team. There's the team, and we're pretty much ready to go straight in. You see, it's going to be a long day. 64 boards in a day is difficult. I can do it, but you're not used to it, and I think the longer the event goes on, the more you kind of envy those teams of 6. So we're going to sit down, we're going to let Captain win the toss, and we'll see who we're playing. Finish the first set, and I'm just going to show you this. It's starting to get filled in now, so you can see things. Oh, that's Raj. Raj is playing DG's team. Any other people we think? That's Gizzy's team. Ollie and Gizzy on that team. Dan Mack and Nikolai are on that team. Filthy's on that team with Mike Bell. Jake Milne and Tom Cohen are on that team. So these are the people who haven't lost yet. They're the people who are doing well. On the other hand, we're not doing awfully because we're still on these pages, but we are somewhere. There we are. We're playing Turner. Okay. We've just had a set. Nothing bad on the set, so hopefully we've done well. And then if we win, we go there. And we play the winner of this, and then if we win, we go here, and we play someone who gets knocked out of this one, and so it just kind of all staggers, and people filter in this event in different places and so on. And our aim is to get all the way from where we are to there, and that'll get us into the quarterfinals, basically, of the whole event. So we need to win 1, 2, 3, 4 matches to get to the quarterfinals. We'll do what we can. There's Andy Bowie. Woo! How did you play, Andy? Okay, she says. And then if you want to see who's on the rosters, these are the undefeated pools. Once defeated. And sadly, these are the people who've lost 2 matches already. So this will start to get bigger and bigger, and they're trying to qualify for something called a punch bowl, which we hope to not play in, but if we do, we'll do our best to qualify. And these are playing probably some sort of maybe 2-day round robin. I don't quite know how it works, but they're probably playing in the side rooms over there. And they'll be looking to kind of narrow it down to maybe 3 teams that will qualify for the punch bowl, with some more teams to join them, and that'll just be another like 8-team knockout that will be kind of supplemented by people. There's Jason Hackett. Hi, Jason. Hi, he says. He has a very good vlog as well. He has 1 or 2 more people following his than mine, I think. He does food and football. So there's David Willis. There's one of the Rimsteds. And then there's some other people. There's Jake there, and we've just played Susie and Eva. There's Tom Cohen. So loads of people there. I've had a really good time so far. And you can see here, this is a current state of play. Although actually, these aren't live. These are the last rounds. You can see the last round there. Where are we gone? There's us, 126. We were the only team in 3 figures, I think. Oh, not quite. Yeah, 126. I think the only. Oh no, there's another one here, 106. But we won by the most in that last round. So well done, team. Yeah, so 32 boards, 24 boards to go. And our aim is to stay in as long as possible, trying to get to that round there. So, one for the point counters among you, or maybe not actually. I think if you're a point counter, you're probably going to lose out here. You have this hand here. This is 4 small, Queen Jack 10x, Ace King to 4, stiff Ace. And with this shape, you open a diamond, and your partner responds 1 spade. How many spades are you bidding, and what are you bidding? I mean, obviously there's other options. You could splinter or something, or you do various bits and bobs. But realistically, I think the decision now is down to, do you bid 2 spades or 3 spades at teams? Partners are past hands. That might swing things a bit. Do you want partner to, with their better past hands, bid 4 spades? And that's what it comes down to. So one of the things you can do, there's a couple of things you can do to kind of judge what you think this hand's worth. And there's another option. You could just say, sod it, it's teams, I'm bidding 3 spades. And then if game ever makes, you're going to get there. The other thing you could do is you could count losers. And if you don't know how to count losers, it's probably time for another video. But what you want to do, the average opening hand has got 7 losers. If you've got fewer than that, you're probably worth 1 more than the average opening hand. So if you count the losers here, you've got 6 losers. Your stiff ace of clubs is working wonders. You've got no clubs to lose. You've got effectively got 3 spades, 2 hearts and a diamond, so that's 6 losers. And with 6 losers, you should probably bid a bit more than you would with 7 losers, which is the typical opening hand. And then the other thing you could do to decide whether to bid 2 or 3 is to put partner on some average hands that they will accept on. What you've got to think about is, can 4 spades make? Yes. And can 3 spades go off? Yes. So that doesn't help you. So give partner an average hand. If they've got ace to 5 spades and nothing else, you lose a spade, 2 hearts, maybe a diamond. So opposite ace to 5 spades, you have play for 9. They don't need much more. A heart honour or the queen of diamonds, or ace queen to 5 spades or something like that. So you don't need them to have much. So I think realistically with a 5 card suit and an 8 count, you kind of want to be in game here. It's very hard to find out the types of cards partner has, because you don't have time to set spades and make a trial bid. You've got to set spades now. So you're either bidding 2 or 3 spades. And I think for the glorious among you, I think 3 spades is probably the right bid. If partner's got a balanced 7 count with 4 spades, you might go one off. But by bidding 2 spades, you're not going to make game a lot of the time when game is making. And given it's a vulnerable game and we're playing teams, I think 3 spades is the right thing to do. Might be different playing match points, potentially. Maybe match points is just safer to not go negative, because going negative at match points, if you overbid this at match points and the field isn't, it's a top or bottom, and I think more often than not, if you bid to a thin 4 spades that other people aren't going to get to, you'll get to bottom. So at teams, I think it's a 3 spade bid. Thankfully against us, they only bid 2. So hopefully our teammates get to that one, and that might be the only clear swing of the match. I don't think there was much else going for us there. We bid to a thin game ourselves and went 1 off, so that might be 5 out, but hopefully this one's going to be 10 in. So the first set was really good. I mean, it was fairly flat on both tables, but we just kind of got lots of 5 and 6 imps in. Kind of like we made a thing, teammates beat it, we bid a game, teammates were defending 2 up 2 or something. So on the hand I showed you, where I said, do you bid 2 spades or 3 spades? Our teammates didn't have that problem, because Athena opened the 9 count 1 club. So I think now her aim is to stop Tom bidding 6. Future Steve's about to show you just a hand we defended pretty well. I think it was pretty good. Lots of defensive signalings going on, lots of suit preference, and just solid defence really. We picked up quite a good board, so we're going to do that now. I think we've had another decent set. They missed a slam against us on the last board. One hand 6-6. And Dummy Dummy was virtually worthless, even though Dummy had a 15 count, because the 6-6 hand just had all the power. I mean, I was in there with 3 hearts on the auction, and it put them off maybe, or made it difficult for them to find it. I don't know whether they'll ever get there. I don't know whether teammates will get there, I don't know, but it's a pretty reasonable contract. I think you're just missing the ace of spades. So actually it feels good. I think we've done alright. We've got no bad negative positions, so we will see. We're just going to... Andy's eating a banana, there we go. Nice to be healthy. I've already had my banana and 2 Yorkies. I don't know if that breaks even or not. Is 1 banana worth 2 Yorkies? I don't know. Yorkies an English chocolate bar, Nestle, so that was good. So we're just chilling out here. Our aim, because it's really crowded at the end, our aim is just to get one of these booths. So we've got these little booths. There's Ulf. Hi, Ulf. One of these booths each time, so that we're not sitting out there in big noise, and we get to sit down and chill for a bit. So we've been finishing with quite a few minutes on the clock every round. We're pretty nippy players, both of us. I mean, I generally am anyway, and so is Andy. Andy might be even faster than I am. So we will see what we see. If I get another interesting hand, it'll pop up on the screen, but I'll pass you over to Future Steve right now. So this is a hand we defended. I was in the east seat, and I'll just take you through the bidding. We open 1 heart in first, and south bids 2 hearts, Michaels. Your partner doubles, north passes, no preference or whatever. So you imagine north doesn't have 3 spades, because you'd imagine if they've got 3 spades, they'd show preference to spades as opposed to chancing their partner bids one of the minors or something that they have fewer of and 1 level higher. So you pass. You can wait to see, waiting to see, and if you pull here, you should be showing a weak hand. So if you decide you don't want to defend, you can either pull straight away, which shows weakness, or you can pass and then pull partner's double later or bid later to show a better hand. So South bids 2 spades, pass, and your partner's pass of 2 spades is pretty forcing once you decide to pass the double. So you pretty much have to bid it, and your choices are you can either double for takeout, you've a short spade, so you sort of have that, or you can bid 3 clubs here to show your 15 count and 6-4. So there's a chance that partner doesn't have many hearts, and if partner doesn't have many hearts, 1, you might not necessarily have a fit, there's no guarantee that game is making, and 2, if partner's on many hearts, 2 spades is in a big pile of trouble. So I think the right thing to do is double, so I double for takeout, and this goes pass, and partner leads the 9 of hearts. So the 9 of hearts is consistent with a doubleton, or from a suit headed by the 10-9. Now you imagine partner hasn't got, partner can't have 10-9 to 4 because you're only missing 4 hearts, and so that would give partner the jack as well. So you know partner's either got 2 or 3 hearts here, probably. I mean, it could be a singleton, but we'll see. And so it goes 9 of hearts, Clara plays low, you play the queen, and South plays the jack. Now, we've got some decisions about what to do here, and we can try and play through things in our mind. We could switch to diamonds. We know we can overruff dummy, and we could switch to diamonds like king of diamonds, and then when we get in again, or just play a second diamond, and we know we can overruff dummy. But that feels like it's setting Declara's second suit up. Declara is likely to be at least 5-5 in spades and diamonds. And the other thing you've got to be aware of, if they've done this vulnerable, and dummy puts down an 8 count, you've got a 15 count, and partner's doubled. So I think more likely than not, they're probably going to be 6-5 or 6-6 or 7-5 or something like that, other than 5-5, because if partner's able to double 2 hearts, partner's going to have like about a 10 count or better, and in which case South won't have many high cards at all. So I think realistically we don't want to set South diamonds up. We've got the clubs stopped, we've got the hearts stopped, we don't necessarily know whether partner's ruffing hearts, but partner will have some good spades here. So to stop Declara trying to ruff their diamonds good themselves, bear in mind we can only overruff 1 diamond, and what we can't do when we do that is then play a trump to stop them ruffing another one. I don't think a diamond switch is right. So at trick 2, I switched to a spade. And it's obviously, if partner wins this and plays a second heart through it, that will clear things up. But if partner wins this and maybe even cashes a second spade, that will stop any diamond ruffs, and we can just sit there and take control of the hand, basically. So if you play a diamond now, you might actually lose a trick in the long run, because you're probably at some point going to get put in a position where you have to set up one of dummy's kings and give them access to it, because if you run out of diamonds and spades, you're going to have to do that. So what we really want to do is catch this king of hearts, so we always have safe heart exits. So at trick 2, we made the, it might look a bit weird at first principles, but I think it's the right decision, played a spade back. And this went 8, 10, small, partner plays the queen of spades, small, I discard a heart. Partner knows I've got the ace of hearts, so the 2 of hearts is probably going to be suit preference here, showing clubs. And the queen of spades holds, so now I've got tons of information. It looks like partner's spade suit is ace, king, queen, 10, maybe to 5, but it's unlikely to be for 5 for the reasons you said earlier. It's more likely that South is 6-5 than partner's got 5 spades, ace, king, queen, 10x. I think with ace, king, queen, 10x of spades, partner might have led a top spade, but with only 4 of them, she might not want to do that. So at some point, I can play a spade through and pick up the jack or something like that. So then partner plays the second heart. Okay, goes king, ace, and they ruff it. And now we're not in danger of setting up anything in dummy. Either partner's got a singleton club, or more likely South's got a singleton club. In which case we can just, every time we win, play winning hearts, and there's nothing South can do to get to the queen of clubs. So South plays a club up to the king or the queen, and we win the ace, and we play another heart. And South is ruffed twice now, so they've got the same amount of trumps as West, assuming they've got 6 trumps. I imagine if partner had 5 trumps, they might have just drawn the trumps. They play the ace of diamonds, small, jack, another diamond, small, king, And we can now play winning hearts through south. We're effectively going to be drawing south trumps now. So we go winning heart, south ruffed, over ruffed, partner plays ace of spades. We can afford to throw one club. And now there's no spades left. So we've now got a winning heart and a club stop. So if partner plays a club, we're going to make 2 of the last 3 tricks. But what partner did was catch the queen of diamonds. We now throw our heart away, hoping partner's got the last club, also winning diamonds for cash. Partner played a club, and we make the last 2 tricks. So, we'll make one of the last 2, and we got 1100 by beating this by 4 tricks, which felt really good. If we just go back to the start of the hand and have a look at the whole hand, and think about what are the lines that were at trick 2, that's the interesting point of the hand. If you play the ace of hearts, you set the king up, and at some point you're probably going to get thrown in to lead towards the north hand. Because you haven't played a spade through, and if you can never play a spade through, either partner's got to allow south to make the jack of spades, or north's going to have a second trump to ruff one of these diamonds with, and north will be able to get to the king of hearts. If you play the ace of hearts now, that's a bad thing to do. Exactly the same if we see what happens if we play a diamond. If we play king of diamonds, and they duck it, and we don't play a spade through now, let's say we play a second diamond, they can win the ace. They can now try and ruff a diamond. We can over-ruff, but now we're in the same position. We have to potentially declare a one of the kings in dummy. Or, if we play the ace of hearts and declare a ruff, declare now has a diamond ruff and is going to get out for 3 off. So it's very difficult to see that the spade switch is right at trick 2, but it ended up being right. And then we signalled well and we kept the right things, and we kind of... partner did very well on the actual hand when they won. Well, I say very well, but like it's just common courtesy to let your partner know what's going on. When partner's 10 of spades hold and she plays the queen, she's telling me she's also got the ace and the king, so it makes me able to defend the rest of the hand quite well. So we got 1100 there, which was pretty good. There were a few people in 3 spades going for 1100, but the fact that we got 1100 from 2 spades was good, and our teammates. We're defending 4 hearts, but obviously that doesn't score as well as 1100, so we got lots and lots of imps in. Teammates did pretty well set 2. We were 64 up after 2 sets. We've just finished set 3, so we're kind of motoring. I think we're actually, it feels like Andy and I are a bit of the zone. I made a really bad 2 heart bid, so bad that when my opponents for the next set sat down, they said 3 hearts, eh? So bad that Andy had ace centre 4 favourable and didn't support me, and they missed a slam, so we're in there. I'm going to give you potentially a bidding problem. I think it's fair, we'll see anyway. Whose hand will I give you? I'm just going to give you this hand here. You've got king, jack, 10, 9, 7 of spades, 5 low hearts, queen, x of diamonds and a stiff club. And the bidding goes 1 spade on your left, double from partner, pass. And I think everyone's vulnerable. Like, is everyone vulnerable? Everyone's vulnerable. So what do you do? Your spades are really good, your suits are good. You haven't got a 6. Now, I think if you have 6, you probably just pass a spade out. You've only got 5, but like, your pips are really good. All it needs is partner to have like stiff queen or dummy to have queen x or something, and they're just not going to have any spade tricks really. Even if they've got 6, your pips are really good. So you could try and defend 1 spade. The downside to that, I think there's 2 downsides to that. You've got you're under the spade bidder, so it's much better to defend when you're over the spade bidder, and you're not going to get, you're over roughing them because you're short in quite a few suits. You're short in diamonds and clubs. And the other downside, I think, is you've got 5 hearts, and partner's likely to have hearts some of the time. I'm not going to say all of the time, because sometimes partner might be strong with clubs. So it's a choice between whether you bid whether you pass or whether you bid probably 2 hearts. I'm not sure you're bidding 3. Your spades are poorly placed. I know you've got 6 count and 5 hearts, but your spades are poorly placed. And partner can make a move with a better than average hand over 2 hearts, possibly. And if partner then shows like a strong hand with clubs, you can offer 3N maybe. And then I don't know whether partner would correct to 4 hearts, but maybe. Anyway, I decided to bid 2 hearts. And this goes pass, and partner makes the obvious 6 heart bid. And when partner bids 6 hearts, before they put dummy down, I'm thinking, this is probably good. I've got a fifth heart and I've got shortage in some of the suits that partner might not have running. They might not have running clubs or running diamonds or something. I've got the queen of diamonds. So for a hand that's been forced to bid 2 hearts, I'm really good. And partner bids 6. Well, they've got to have 5 of them for here. Dummy goes down, they lead the ace of diamonds, dummy goes down. You can see we've just got 12 tricks as long as hearts aren't 3-0 offside, and they weren't. So good on Andy. I think maybe she should bid exclusion. She's lucky I haven't got the ace of diamonds. She was worried. I think we're worried about whether 4 spades is exclusion. I think because it's above 4 hearts, I think it probably has to be. So maybe you should do that on the way to 6, given you're bidding 6 anyway. And if you're not quite sure what partner's shown over that, maybe you sign off. But you should probably give yourself the option in case partner is better than they could be. They could have a 7 count with 5 hearts and the ace of diamonds. I mean, all you need is the ace of diamonds. Well, you probably need 3rd round diamond control as well, maybe, if partner hasn't got enough discards on your club. So I don't really know whether just the ace of diamonds makes it, but it was interesting anyway. So I don't know. I mean, we've done the best we can on the board. And I think we've had a pretty good set. If you look at the running scores, we might even get a set off. We are 91 imps up with 8 to play and 1 board still to score. So we've had a good day today. Andy and I, we've played well. We've scored over 200 imps. So yeah, well, I'll let you know what happens when we score. We might not have another set, and in which case I'll let you know and try and find one more interesting hand to talk about. So we are 91 up after that set. We've just had a really good day so far, and our opponents, lovely. They were lovely. We had a nice, pleasant match. They've conceded, and I think that's, well, we're glad they have, I think, because it's the last match of the day. We don't really want to have to play a match that they have no real chance of winning. 91 imps over 8 boards is just unthingable. We've only conceded 8 imps the whole match, so I don't think they're really getting back that many. And it's been a long day. We're going to go and get a few pints in a pub, waiting for Matt, and then we're going out for a meal. So that's the end of match 3. We're still in the event. We're in the once defeated pool. We are now the 22nd seeds. Your seeding changes if you beat a higher seed. So we'll have a look at who we get to that, but you'll see what we've got in the next video. We don't quite know yet because it probably relies on results of other matches. I'm going to leave you with one problem. I've got this hand here. You are ace queen jack, jack 10 9x, 2 low 4 to the 10, I think, and we're favourable. And it goes pass on your right, so you pass. And in 3rd seat vulnerable, they bid 2 hearts on your left. All right, well, you've got 4 of them. And obviously, when it's gone past week 2 and you've not got the most, partner's going to have some value. So partner doubles this, which is understandable because you've got heart length. Partner's going to be short. And it goes pass on your right. And the pass on your right was fairly quick. So, they haven't got good support. Vulnerable. I mean, they've got to be careful when they're vulnerable about raising a 3rd in hand week 2. But it is a vulnerable 3rd in hand week 2. And I think you've got 3 possibilities as to what to do here. One possibility is to pass. Hearts is your best 4-card suit. I know they're over you, but your hearts are good enough that it doesn't matter whether they're over or under you. It's not like you've got positional tennises that you want to be over the heart bidder. So you've got a natural heart trick anyway. The fact you could also bid like Lebensol to 3 clubs. You could show a weakish hand with clubs by bidding 2N and then partner bids 3 clubs and you pass it. Or you could bid 2 spades. The odds that partner has 4 spades is moderately high, especially when they're short in hearts. If they had short spades and short hearts, they might have bid 3 of a minor or something. You could do that, and if partner makes a move, you just bid 3N because you actually, if you show a weak hand and then have a strong hand, partner has a strong hand, they can move and you bid 3N. So I don't know whether there's a clear bid here. I think all of them have their pluses and minuses. At teams, it's very risky to double them into hearts if it makes, and the vulnerable, they're more likely to have their bid than not. But if you're 60 odd down in a match, maybe he hasn't got his bid. Maybe with something like ace queen to 6 hearts and a card, he might have opened 3 just to try and push the boat out, or ace king queen to 6 or something. They're going to open 3, so they haven't got solid hearts because they would have opened 3 unless they've only got 5, in which case it's probably right to pass as well. So I did the bid that had the biggest upside. I think if 3N's making 2 hearts is going for 5 or 800, I think, because we're going to need the sources of tricks in lots of places. And the fact that my right-hand opponent didn't consider raising means partner probably has a heart or two. If partner, like if there's 6 on my left and 3 on my right and partner's void, I think they would have at least considered raising maybe. With like king, we know the hand on my right, if that's the case, is going to have king third. So I passed, and I don't know whether it's right or wrong. I don't know whether we make 3 and or not. But we got 500 here. There's the full hand. They only had 5 hearts, and so it could be if things lined up that 2 hearts is making, and we've got like a part scoring clubs or spades to get to. But with the state of the match, I thought it was a bit on the safer side. If the match was tight, I don't know whether I would risk passing, but maybe passing is the best of the 3 what are bad options, because you haven't got 4 spades and you haven't got good clubs. If you kind of Laban Salter 3 clubs, you could be in like in a 4-3 fit with 4 opposite queen third or king third or something, and things just align poorly when nothing's making for either side. So I don't know what's right to do. I did the thing that got us the best score on the board, and and we were like Andy and I were just a bit in the zone today. So things just went well. There's the winning team. We've scored over 220 imps today in the plus column for us, and only conceded like 30. So we're now wandering. Andy's motioning us to the pub.
To the pub.
Yeah, and Arsenal won today apparently. Grr. Right, peace out. See you in the next video.